You decide you want to move on a goal. You feel really good about the goal. You are positive and you begin now to take action. And you say, look, this is something I can accomplish. This is something that I know that if I get myself in the right attitude, I will attract the right circumstances. And so you get busy. Maybe you start making some phone calls. Maybe you go to networking events. Maybe you start to promote yourself on social media. Maybe you go to a college reunion or some kind of event where you say, okay, this is a good place for me to do this. Now, what's important when you take this step is really how you manage your thoughts in this process, your perceptions in this process. Because this is where you can get off track, and this idea of we attract what we are and what we think becomes even more apparent. It's important as you proceed that as you proceed, you maintain this consciousness of feeling good about what you're doing, positive about your efforts, hopeful that there will be more and more opportunities that will open for you, and confident that this is the right step to take. Now, the challenge is that as we're doing that, we're getting feedback intellectually. We're getting feedback from the world, and you're calling someone and they're not responding to you. You're making an offer to someone and they say, no, I don't think that works. You are trying to make a plane and that plane is I don't know, booked or delayed or something happens. And so what happens during that period is we start to talk to ourselves about what we're seeing. There are so many negative emotions that can surface at that time that can shift us onto another path. And while we think we're being positive about what we want, we're setting up a series of obstacles that make it more difficult for us to achieve it because we are interpreting this information negatively. And of course, if you believe in the law of attraction, that negative energy is going to attract negative circumstances. It's going to attract negative outcomes. So this is what's very difficult for people because as you take on a project, you are just going to encounter other people who don't feel the same way you do, are not aligned with you. And it doesn't mean that those are not people that you shouldn't be interacting with. But it does mean that when you're interacting with those people and interacting in those circumstances, you should be looking for ways to feel better about what you're doing and to learn more about what you're doing and to do it even better. So you might encounter, for example, you might have a great attitude. And so spiritually, you're really aligned. You're really connected with your potential. Maybe you're saying that statement I've got over here behind me, I am a leader, and you're feeling that every day, I am a leader. And then you interact with someone and that person is not responsive to you. And you're beginning to feel like, oh, am I a leader? Am I able to guide someone? Am I able to give them some positive energy? And so you begin to shift your own idea of who you are without even realizing it. So what's most important as you venture upon anything, you're trying to start something, you're trying to grow something, you're trying to rebuild something, you're trying to do something that requires you to be positive about who you are, what you can do, and how you should do it. What's very important is how you perceive the world, the things that are coming at you, and what you do with that information, and whether that information reinforces the idea that you're a leader, or it contradicts that idea and causes you to be on a different track and take a different approach. This is what many people, we look at and we say, how do they do that? Why are they so successful? Well, they're successful because they use all the information that is coming at them ultimately to get back to the place where they want to be, even when they are encountering circumstances that others would interpret as failures. And a lot of things might happen. You might think you're going to get a client and not get it. You might think you're going to be able to do something and it doesn't work. But there will be lessons. As I like to say, our businesses and our careers are always giving us information. And that information is not that we should stop, that we should give up, that it doesn't work, these people are not worth it, and all of that. It's that in order to achieve what we're looking to achieve, we have to get more aligned with it. We have to be more focused on it, and we have to do those things that demonstrate that we really believe I am a leader. We really believe that. So I want you to think about now what you're working on and whether the feedback you're getting from the market has shifted that positive perception. Now, the reality is, in some cases, it just will take more time in the world for some things to turn for you. You might feel good. You might have a great vision, and you are attracting those circumstances. But the meeting that you're supposed to be at doesn't happen for another 2 months. The company that you're supposed to deal with, you're not going to meet until you go to that conference. You have to go through several more steps before you understand something that you need to understand in terms of skill building. The person who is going to work for you, who is going to be pivotal in your company, hasn't graduated from college yet. Any number of things are happening. There are competitors shifting in the market. Companies are shifting their strategy and they're creating openings for you. Or you simply need to be able to show the market more that you are someone they should deal with, and you don't yet have enough of that to demonstrate, to show. These are not fixed barriers that everybody will encounter or a fixed process. We all have our own path. But what I'm saying to you is how you perceive what's going on and then how you respond to that is crucial. I have had circumstances, and I have them right now, where there are things that we're looking to accomplish that are moving a little slower than I would like them to move. But we have to continue to focus in that direction, believe in that reality for us, develop our skill levels and our capabilities, and demonstrate more and more that we are one with that idea, and make adjustments in our thinking, make adjustments in our approach, make adjustments in our activities, make adjustments in the people who participate in that effort. Make adjustments so that we are aligned with what it is we want to achieve. You're always attracting those circumstances that are important to you, but they do involve understanding how to relate to those other levels, that intellectual level and that physical level. And once you understand the relationship between those three, that's when you're really going to start to see the kind of success that's important to you. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you've enjoyed it. There's no insight like Taylor Insight, so share that with a friend of yours or a colleague of yours, and make sure you're subscribed. Make sure they're subscribed, and I will see you next time.